Good morning and a very warm welcome. You're watching JanataTelevision and this is the English Bulletin with me, Sushant Dhakal. The top stories first. UML leader demands halt to party's Central Committee meeting, accuses Prime Minister Oli of trying to worsen the problem. Tarara Tower to be inaugurated this weekend, a reconstruction authority preparing a mega campaign for disaster risk-free buildings. Government confirms more than 1,000 new cases of coronavirus. Number of active cases rises to 6,290. Multiple rockets hit Iraqi air base. 2 soldiers wounded in the attack. And United beat Burnley to close the gap on leaders City. Atletico strengthened their grip at the top of La Liga. And now the news in detail. Chairman of the CPN-UML Central Discipline Commission, Amrit Bohra, has demanded to halt the meeting of the Central Committee convened by the Prime Minister and UML Chairman KP Sharma Oli for today. In a statement issued on Sunday, Bohra said that PM Oli was trying to make the situation worse by holding a meeting in the name of the organizing committee instead of finding a solution to the current disputes within the party. Stating that the party has reached the stage of May 16, 2018 after the Supreme Court separated the UML and the Maoist Centre, Bohra said that the current dispute can only be resolved on the basis of actions taken from that very date. Bohra also added that no decision should be made due to excitement, anger and pride, as that will only create more issues. He also suggested that the decision taken by PM Oli on March 12th should also be revoked, as it was made by Chairman Oli alone without the consent of the party members. Earlier, PM Oli had called for the Central Committee meeting of the party to be held today. Nepali Congress has called its Central Committee meeting for today afternoon. The Central Committee meeting of the main opposition party has been deferred time and again as the leaders disagree on the date of the party's general convention as well as active membership. Although the meeting was held yesterday, a party committee could not present a full report on active membership and other issues of the party. Therefore, the leaders decided to call the meeting for 4 p.m. today afternoon. The party's general convention, fixed for September, has been delayed due to the problems in renewal of active membership and issuance of new membership. The historic Tarara Tower is to be inaugurated this weekend on April 24th. The reconstruction of the tower is in the final stage. A report.
Chief Executive Officer of the National Reconstruction Authority, Sushil Gyawali, recently shared that the preparations have been made for Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli to inaugurate the tower this Saturday. The catastrophic earthquake of 25th April 2015 had devastated many historical monuments, including the Dharahara. With the accomplishment of most of the reconstruction works, the Reconstruction Authority is all set to prepare a program for a decade-long mega campaign for building disaster risk-free Nepal. The 18th meeting of the NRS Direction Committee, presided over by its chairperson and Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, last Tuesday decided to prepare the project proposal so as to initiate the mega campaign next year. As informed, a proposal to that end is being developed in collaboration with the NRS National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Authority. On the occasion, Prime Minister Oli said that success of the post-earthquake reconstruction was our worth showcasing achievement. The meeting had also decided to chart out a proposal on long-term reconstruction program of urban area, keeping into consideration the reconstruction of antique settlement and World Heritage Site.
This is Janata Bulletin. We'll be right back after a short break. Welcome back after the break. We continue with other national news. The government yesterday confirmed 1,015 new cases of coronavirus across the country. Following the latest round of tests, the total cases of coronavirus in the country have climbed to 284,673, while the number of active cases has increased to 6,290. According to the Ministry of Health and Population, altogether 275,300 infected persons have recovered from the disease in the country so far. The death toll from coronavirus has climbed to 3,083 following the deaths of 8 more patients yesterday. Nepal is currently among the top 56 countries that have been most affected by the pandemic. The USA tops the list with over 32.4 million confirmed cases, followed by India with over 15 million cases. Coronavirus has infected more than 141.98 million people across the world and claimed over 3 million lives. And now the news from the economic front. On Sunday, the first trading day of the week, the stock market index NIPSE decreased by about 36 points. NIPSE, which had been setting records after records in the previous week, fell by a high point on Sunday. NIPSE dropped by 35.89 points and reached 2,699.05. The sensitive index, which measures Class A indicators in the market, also declined by 6.2 points. The indices of all other groups except mutual funds have declined in the market. A total of 19.52 million shares of 207 companies were traded 93,568 times in the market, resulting in a turnover of rupees 8.8 billion. Time for a short break here at Janata Bulletin. Stay tuned for international news. Welcome back, and now some international news. At least 5 rockets hit an Iraqi military airbase at Balad, north of Baghdad yesterday, wounding 2 Iraqi soldiers. The Iraqi military confirmed the incident in a statement, reports Al Jazeera. According to the news agency, security officials had said earlier that the rockets had fallen on the area of the base that houses U.S. contractors. Authorities backtracked from an earlier statement that no casualties had been reported. Al Jazeera further reported that no group immediately claimed the attack. U.S. officials have blamed Iranian-backed militias for regular rocket attacks aimed at U.S. facilities in Iraq, including the U.S. Embassy in Baghdad. The last attack on Balad Air Base was on April 4th, when at least 2 rockets fell in the sparsely populated surrounding area. F-16 aircraft are stationed at the airbase, and several maintenance companies are present there, employing Iraqi and foreign staff. You're watching Janata Bulletin, and now the latest from the world of sports. Greenwood scored twice to help Manchester United beat Burnley and close the gap on Premier League leaders Manchester City to just 8 points. The 19-year-old saw his thumping opener after the break quickly cancelled out when James Tarkowski rose above Harry Maguire to level. Greenwood put the host back in front 6 minutes from time with a fierce left-footed strike that deflected beyond Burnley goalkeeper at the front post. Edinson Cavani then tapped in from close range in stoppage time to wrap up the victory at Old Trafford. It means Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's side are now 8 points behind leaders City in second place with 6 games to go. Elsewhere, Eddie Nketiah scored a stoppage time equalizer, helped Arsenal salvage a 1-1 draw against Fulham. In Spain, Atletico Madrid strengthened their grip at top of La Liga with a convincing win over struggling Eibar. Angel Correa scored twice just before half-time. Carrasco made it 3 when he beat the offside trap before he and Correa each teed up Marcos Llorente for a double of his own. Diego Simeone's side stay top ahead of rivals Real with 7 games to play. We are at the end of Janata Bulletin, and the headlines once again. UML leader demands halt to party central committee meeting, accuses Prime Minister Oli of trying to worsen the problem. Tarara Tower to be inaugurated this weekend, the Reconstruction Authority preparing a mega campaign for disaster risk-free buildings. Government confirms more than 1,000 new cases of coronavirus. Number of active cases rises to 6,219. Multiple rockets hit Iraqi airbase. 2 soldiers wounded in the attack. And United beat Burnley to close the gap on leaders City. Atletico strengthened their grip at the top of La Liga. And that's all from the English News Desk for today. You can follow Janata Television and our programs on various social media platforms, including on our website, janatasamachar.com. Keep watching Janata Television. Namaste.